So Robert Frost is an American poet. He's a poem of 8 lines only, but Namaskar, আমার নাম হচ্ছে অনির্বাণ চক্রবর্তী, and in this video I'm going to talk about a new poem, and the name of the poem is Dust of Snow. It is a beautiful poem written by none other than Robert Frost. So before we talk about the poem, let us talk about the poet Robert Frost first. So Robert Frost is an American poet. He was a poet from 20th century. So he was born in 1874 and died in 1963. And if we talk about his literary works, he had an immense contribution in American literature. Some of his greatest poems are Dust of Snow itself, and then we have Fire and Ice, and we have another beautiful poem, and the name of the poem is The Road Not Taken. It is from class 9th syllabus of NCERT book. So if we get a chance, like literally if this video gets 100 likes, I will definitely explain this poem to you also. So without a further ado, let's get started with the video. Okay, so this very poem, Dust of Snow, is a poem of 8 lines only, but this very poem has some beautiful hidden details and inner meanings in it. So let's get started with the first stanza. Okay, so the first stanza goes like, the way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. So over here, the crow and hemlock tree, if we talk about these two characters out here that is mentioned in the first stanza, are basically two negative characters. এই যে দুটি ক্যারেক্টারস এর বিষয়ে এখানে আলোচনা করা হচ্ছে ফার্স্ট স্টানজাতে, এই দুটি হচ্ছে নেগেটিভ ক্যারেক্টারস। এখন বলবে যে এটা কি করে নেগেটিভ ক্যারেক্টার হলো। দেখো, বিষয়টা হচ্ছে আমরা বাকি যত আরো পাখি আছে তাদেরকে প্রেজ করি, তাদের বিউটিকে প্রেজ করি, তাদের ক্রাইকে প্রেজ করি, বাট ওভার হিয়ার when it comes to ক্রোকে আমরা খুব বেশি দাম দেই না। প্রথমত তার রং হচ্ছে কালো। I'm being very racist to be honest. Secondly, the cry of a crow is very shrill, like you will literally say bhai ja ekhan theke erokom bolbe. So that is why crow is a negative character. And if we talk about a hemlock tree, see, hemlock tree is a tree that grows literally in high altitude area or areas that belong to colder region like North America. And we have already talked about Robert Frost. He was from America. So we find significant examples of, America and American culture in his writing. So this poem is no different. Now, if we talk about why hemlock tree is a negative entity out here, see, hemlock tree is a poisonous tree. It bears white blossoms. Iske like literally hemlock tree er pata, fool ebong etar je fruits, every part of the hemlock tree is poisonous. So that is why hemlock tree is also a negative entity. So if we go through the first stanza again, it is like, the way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. যেভাবে একটি ক্রো আমার উপরে ফেলে দিল হ্যামলক ট্রি থেকে স্মল পার্টিকলস অফ স্নো। তারপর কি হলো? লেটস মুভ টু দ্য সেকেন্ড স্ট্যান্জাতে বলছেন, হ্যাজ গিভেন মাই হার্ট আ চেঞ্জ অফ মুড অ্যান্ড সেভড সাম পার্ট অফ এ ডে আই হ্যাড রুড। আচ্ছা, তো যখন কবি হচ্ছেন রবার্ট ফ্রস্ট, যখন ওনার উপর সেই ফাইন পার্টিকলস অফ স্নো এসে পড়লো, তারপর কি হলো? ওনার যে মুড, যেটা কিনা উনি এখানে বলতে চাইছেন রুড হয়ে গিয়েছিল, মানে কি খারাপ হয়ে গিয়েছিল, সেটা হঠাৎ করে চেঞ্জ হয়ে গেল। দ্য পার্ট অফ দ্য ডে দ্যাট হি হ্যাড ওয়েস্টেড, suddenly it changed totally by the two entities. And what are these two entities? The two entities are crow and the hemlock tree. Both these entities are negative entities, right? I've already told you. So over here he is saying, if we go through the line by line explanation, it is like, has given my heart a change of mood. কবির মনের মধ্যে একটা হঠাৎ করে সাডেন চেঞ্জ এনে দিল এবং বলছেন and saved some part of a day I had rued. মানে কবি সেই দিনের একটা অংশ যেটা কিনা তিনি মনমরা হয়ে কাটিয়ে দিয়েছিলেন, সেটাকে রিভাইভ করে ফেললো দুটি এন্টিটি। এই দুটি এন্টিটি হচ্ছে ক্রো এবং হ্যামলক ট্রি। So that is the poem basically. Now, if we talk about the writing aspects of this beautiful poem, Dust of Snow, you can see at the very first stanza, the first line ends at crow, the second line ends at me, the third line ends at snow, and the fourth line ends at tree. So you can find a beautiful, rhyming scheme out here. if we take the crow word as A, we can take it to the third line's last word to snow as A again. So crow A, snow A, me B, and tree B. And if we go to the second stanza, it is heart, mood, part, rude. Heart is rhyming with part and mood is rhyming with rude. So this poem is a beautifully rhymed poem, we can say. If we take the first word A, then the second word is B, again A, and then again B. And if you go to the second stanza, we will take heart as C, and the next word mood as D, and the third word part as again C, and the last word rude as D. So it is AB AB CD CD. So this is the rhyming scheme that the poet followed out here in this beautiful poem, Dust of Snow. Now we have already talked about the poem. Now you can ask me, এটা থেকে common কি questions আসতে পারে? Now let us talk about the questions also. See, first of all, you need to learn the summary of the poem. Secondly, that you can learn a very important question, and the question is like how the two negative entities changed the poet's mind or changed the poet's mood that he had rude. Okay, that's all basically. And if there are some other questions that are important that may come in the exam, I will definitely put them in the description. So do check the descriptions properly. And yeah, that's all for the video. I hope you have learned something. I hope you have enjoyed the class, and do subscribe to the channel, and please share it with your friends. 100 likes hole next poem. Namaskar.